Hey everybody, and welcome to Honest to Pod with me, Ashley McAllister,
And me, Matthew Ali.
and we're back with another episode of all your favorite lolly laws. You can probably hear that Matt has still got a bit of a husky voice. Sing for us, Matt.
Yeah. Um.
Give us your
Oh no,
best.
I don't know.
Give us your best Ursula from The Little Mermaid.
I would have no idea what song she sings.
Ursula, poor unfortunate souls.
No, I
You've
know
never.
who she is, but I mean, I haven't seen Little Mermaid since I was a child. But I tried to sing in the shower the other day, and it just didn't work. Like, it's really annoying, like having like a throat infection when all I didn't realize that my job is talking actually until this week because I still had to go to work, and then all I felt like I was doing was talking all week, and my voice was so strained. And yeah, I'm still suffering about it now.
What were you trying to sing in the shower?
This song called "Love" by Music Soul Child, and it's really good. And it's got this really high note in this like falsetto, and it goes like, well, I can't even do it, but basically it's beautiful. And I can normally do it, but yeah, no, I couldn't, and it wasn't good. It was like, yeah, it was like whistle tone. I basically call it whistle tone. Do you know what whistle tone is?
Is that like what Mariah does?
Yeah, yeah.
Uh,
Anyway, yeah, but I do have a poorly voice.
but you're feeling, and you were away this weekend. Tell us about your weekend. What are we up to?
Went to Doncaster, so I went to South Yorkshire, or I like to call it the Upper Midlands because it's not the North, it's the Midlands. And went to the races again, second week in a row. I went to the races. I didn't lose too badly. I picked one winner, which was good. But one thing I will say for certain, because I went to Ascot the weekend before, the men are much hotter down south than up north.
Really?
Bold statement, but I was surprised, unpleasantly surprised by the lack of talent in Doncaster.
Well, I mean, it is Doncaster. Like, not to dish the Donnies, but I think a lot of people try to get out of Doncaster when they can.
Well, I guess so. I guess they do. I mean, yeah, all the
I've
Hollies obviously leave.
I've been to Doncaster. Like, I went to uni with a girl from Doncaster, and I loved it. Yeah, I think it's a nice city, but I
Yeah,
wouldn't.
I really enjoyed it. We went a night out. It was quite busy. Surprisingly, it was Doncaster Pride.
Ooh,
Yeah. So like all of the bars were like had big old like rainbow flags and they're like gay nights for the day. Um,
to get that pink
so
pound.
yeah, exactly. That's what I was saying. Like honestly, that's the only reason why is just that, isn't it?
Oh,
It's bad.
totally.
It's so bad. Yeah. But anyway, what did you get up to?
Um. Well.
Nothing apparently from what you said before we started recording.
No, so last weekend was really good. We had a CrossFit competition out of our box, which I was judging, which is
Ridiculous because you have no understanding of.
well, you do because you do a little test online. You have to be paying. You do a little judging test, and
Oh really?
it just teaches you what to sort of look for and what counts as a rep. So I was fine, but it was interesting because these are people just from all over Northern Ireland, and they come and they competed, and it was a good day out. It was a lot of fun. Lasted a long time though. So on Sunday night, I think we finished about 8 o'clock. So it was 12 hours.
Oh wow, like eight
Yeah,
to eight.
yeah, yeah, yeah. So I think the first we got out there early, sort of to help set up and get people registered. I think it started at 9. And then but the last because you do in different like you have different levels depending on
Mm.
experience, and then because so many people registered, you have to do like one, two, three waves. And one of the first workouts was a 30-minute time cap. So that one exercise took it was brutal, like brutal. It took probably about 4 or 5 hours just to get through.
Fuck's sake.
But it was fun to watch. Like all these people were just giving it their all, and it was inspiring as well. Like for somebody who's fairly new to CrossFit, to watch what people can do with their like it's insane level of fitness. So I really enjoyed that, and I really enjoyed helping out. And then this weekend, fairly quiet weekend, I went to the gym. Obviously, I was chatting to our friend Mark McCabe. He's
Lovely.
yeah, San Francisco. Give me an update from him.
It's his birthday this week, wasn't it?
Oh, shit, was it? Yeah, it was.
Oh my god, you didn't even wish him happy birthday.
Oh my god, I was speaking to him on the phone. Oh, it's really bad. I'm such a bad friend. To be fair, he's old. He'll be glad I didn't remind him he's another year older.
Yeah, that's true. He is old.
And then yeah, that's pretty much it. Pretty quiet. I went out for coffee today by myself, and
Oh, babes.
yeah, no, it's lonely in the country.
I was talking about it this weekend with Luke because he was like, I was like, we like to record at a certain time on Sunday, and then I'll make no plans on like the Sunday, so I'll be like, oh, let's try and do it. But you go and do things on your own, like go for a cycle or something. I'm like, fuck's sake, we could just do it now and get it done with whatever, you know. But you're like, oh no,
Yeah.
I'll make some plans by myself, doing nothing.
I liked
I'm
it.
like,
Yeah.
oh.
I mean, we could like start doing it earlier on a Sunday, I guess, but
It's just sometimes. I mean, week by week it changes, isn't it? You know.
yeah, I don't think we've ever stuck to a schedule. But coincidentally, who Matt was with at the weekend, Luke, is the person I'm with next weekend. So the other thing I did this
He's like,
weekend,
oh,
single handedly bringing down this podcast because he keeps interrupting things.
who me?
No, look.
Oh, sorry. Oh,
So I was the other thing I did this weekend was actually get all the camping stuff brought together because we're going camping next week.
in the rain.
I am
Oh
so
my god!
excited.
Imagine if you go camping in the rain. I wouldn't even imagine your face.
I'll give it. It's gonna be a bit like this.
Oh my god! Like honestly, it would just be like the worst weekend ever.
Well, that's what when I was saying to Luke, I was like, "Oh, what if it rains?" He's like, "Oh, that makes it much more fun." And I'm like, "Yes, it does."
No,
Trying to use that. As
no, not fun.
so we've got a tent. Oh, such drama with my family trying to get a tent sorted. But my mom ended up buying a new tent because we couldn't find the one that we had. So
She
we
bought you a tent to go camping. That's sweet.
yeah. Well, she had one, and then it's because it wasn't here for me to borrow. She felt that she should have one because she said like she had one. So fair enough. But now we have to go camping, whether it's thunder and lightning, because it's a brand new tent. My mom will be really pissed if I don't. But yeah, I got all this stuff ready. Got a little gas burner.
That'd be sweet.
Yeah,
That'd
it'll
be
be
nice.
good.
Camping is good.
Yeah, he arrives on Friday and then leaves again on Monday morning. So we'll probably
One thing
just.
I've learned is he's got really bad taste in music, so you'll need to take charge of that.
Well, I have equally bad taste in music.
Do you like Ariana Grande?
I do like Ariana Grande.
Your taste is great.
Well, what was he making you listen to?
Oh my days. I don't even know what these things are. Like honestly. We were having a battle yesterday because he'd be like, and he's so stubborn as well because I was like, please let me just play some music. He was like, fine. But he let me play one song and not even the whole song. And we just kept to going backwards and forwards because he's got Alexa as well.
Oh,
So basically just trying to fight over just to get a song. But his music choices were just awful. Awful.
I'm going to quiz him on this next week.
Yeah.
He's a big boy, though. I don't want to argue with him.
He's not that big.
He's massive.
It's all bones and shoulders and the fact that he walks like that. He's trying to be a super lad, but he's not actually, he's not massive. You're crazy.
Oh.
No, his dad did tell me though that like he's like he doesn't want to fight, but he'll beat people up or something. And I was like, oh, that's interesting that you'll say that.
that's a warm welcome from the north.
Yeah, properly. Yeah, his friends as well. Straight away were like, oh, Southerner then to me.
Oh, really?
I was really embarrassed. Yeah, I was going to be like, we met them earlier on before we went to the races. They were like, oh, where are you from? And I really didn't want to tell them because I know what he's like about people from Yorkshire. What he's about Southerners, like Luke hates Southerners. And I was like, London. And they're like, oh. So, and then they were talking about drinking. And I was like, oh, I don't have a lot of stamina when it comes to day drinking. And they were like, oh, soft Southerner then. And I was like, well, no. I just,
You should have just laid it on. You should have just been like, listen, blood, I am from the hood, innit?
I was so conscious of the way that I was speaking. I thought like they were thinking that I was trying to be really posh, but I couldn't help it. Like I didn't know how to like not sound southern and well spoken.
No. Well, that's one thing I want to talk about later on is another southern pompous person I don't like.
Oh my god, who's that?
Cast in the Disney film for.
Anyway, we'll talk about whatever topics we want to talk about.
Yes. Well, here we go. I wanted to kick off with the cliffhanger that I ended with in the last episode.
Please do. Now we've got the time.
Well, I've recently, well, it's not recently anymore, is it? Yes, you've known, but it's about 6 weeks, 7 weeks.
Really?
I think so. When was I in London?
Oh, that was ages ago.
We recorded episode 2 in London and we're on episode 9 now, so 7 weeks, 8 weeks.
What, was that the weekend you broke up? Oops. Wait, you can delete that. You can edit.
Wow, what a way to steal my it was I think it was the weekend after or the weekend after that. But it was the last weekend of June, whenever that was. But yeah.
Sorry.
Wow.
Sorry.
We'll give Matt a minute here because he's crying.
Oh my days.
I
I'm
didn't
so bad.
realize.
I'm so sorry.
I didn't
You can
realize you
take it
cried.
out here. You can take it out. Take it
No, I want to leave it in. Leave it in now.
out.
But yes, as Matt said, I've become. I'm recently single. Which is. Why are you laughing? Oh my god! I hope he doesn't listen to this because that'll be just so sad.
No, it's really sad.
Yeah, but you're laughing at it.
I'm sweating. I'm sweating. Oh god. Sorry. It's just really bad. Anyway. Good.
Oh, it's a really sad moment, and
These are
I'm
tears of sadness. I'm crying for you. Anyway.
yeah. So anyway, that's it. As Matt liked to say there, I broke up with my boyfriend, my ex, so I'm single, and that might be why.
Sorry, I was trying to get it. It's just such a bad way to introduce that. I'm so sorry.
At least we've made it into something funny.
Okay,
But
I'm ready. I'm good. I'm good.
yeah, as
So we're
both
both single now, free men.
both
On the
single.
well, not on the prowl to be honest, but
I'm definitely not on the prowl.
absolutely not.
No.
I'm still not ready yet. I realized this. I'm still not ready to. I don't really want to. See anyone. Like it's been a couple of months now, and I'm still just like, you know what? I really don't want to. I really just want to be in my own space.
Yeah, I think that's the same with me. Is one thing I'm enjoying a lot at the minute is my own space and my own freedom, and just being able to do what I want without having to check in with somebody.
Oh, absolutely,
Um,
absolutely.
but that's me said I do absolutely nothing, which is great.
Yeah.
Go
Yeah.
cycle and have coffee by myself. Matt, I can see your crotch like full on in my face.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. My headphones are about to die.
My mouth started watering. I was like, "Oof,
Oh, girl.
it's been a while."
Oh my god. Yeah. No. And I had like proper hangover horn today, and there's nothing I could do about it because I wasn't at home. So once we finish this podcast, say this out loud.
Oh wow! I'm surprised you didn't go into the toilet on the train and just go.
Mate, this train was so packed and hot, like I couldn't even bother. But there was this hot guy sitting right behind me.
Oh.
But yeah, there's nothing I could do.
Well, anyway, let's move on from this horrible conversation about breakups and talk about something a bit more fun and easygoing.
Yes, let's talk about something else then. Do you want to talk about what you want to talk about?
Yeah, well, you talk about your thing first. We'll make a little Matt sandwich. I'll go either side.
Oh, my thing was I just wanted to ask you about. I was thinking about. So I've got this really bad habit of biting my fingers.
Biting your nails.
Not the nails, the skin around my nails.
Oh God. Right.
Oh,
Okay.
hold on, it's not that bad. Fuck's sake.
That's disgusting.
Well, it is pretty bad. So sometimes my fingers are proper jacked up, especially when I'm like feeling anything in particular, like stress or like any strong feelings. I start just gnawing my fingers, really, really badly. And I've been doing it for years and years and years. And it's a habit I want to break because sometimes like it can really hurt my fingers. When I was younger and like a teenager and stuff, I used to have like warts and stuff, really bad warts, where I'd sort of like they get infected and stuff,
No, I don't know. I don't know.
Anyway, I bought this nail polish, like this, like those things that.
Oh yeah, it's bitter tasting.
Yeah. And so it's working. Like my fingers actually look decent, and if you can see, look good for me.
Oh yeah, look at that.
Like there's not all like blood and shit around it where there would be, but it's still really hard though because I do look at them sometimes and I stare at them and I just want to eat them, and I'm picking it away now with my fingers instead of like my mouth,
Oh.
which is bad. But also, just on a side note, I really like clear nail polish, and I think I might wear it on a regular basis.
Okay, well,
Because it's like nail polish. I didn't realize it was a nail polish, but
well, I was about to say your arms look really your fingernails look really shiny there. Well buffed.
yeah, it's a clear nail polish. And Jonathan Van Ness, have you got him on Instagram?
I think I follow him. Yeah.
Well, he gets his nails done regularly, but what he gets done, which I think is super cute, is it's not like it's a manicure, and he gets like his nails painted, but he gets like little pictures on them, and he'll get it on like just one finger or two, like a little bee or like a flower or something like that.
Oh, that's quite cute.
And I was like, that's a nice way of like being able to put nail polish on, but not just being like, wearing colors and just, them
Yeah.
standing out massively. And I was considering like that'd be nice. Just get a little picture just there.
Do you want my face?
Yes, I do. But I'd put it on like my middle finger and then it'll be there. Ash's little
Uh,
face. I'd stick it up people's
you are
assholes.
you are disgusting.
Yeah, that'd be my finger and finger, Ashley's face.
Whew.
The good thing about it is it'll be nice and shiny and greasy, just like your face too.
Oh, it is so shiny.
Yeah.
Oh,
But yeah, that's a really bad habit that I want to try and break. I wanted to ask you, what kind of bad habits do you have?
I have none.
I know. Like, is being greasy a bad habit?
Well, no, it's not a habit, but it's a bad trait. I don't know. I'm one of these people who don't. I used to click my nails, crack my knuckles. I used to do that.
Click your nails.
Or does that what I, oh, crack my? I used to crack my knuckles.
Yeah. Oh, like really loud.
Yeah,
Oh,
like
I
a,
hate that.
yeah. But I kind of just stopped it. Like I taught myself to stop it. I don't know if any other bad habits I have. One thing I do is, which is a term because I looked it up. I do this. I pull hair. Like I pull my own hair out.
Yeah.
I do that quite a lot, which I've noticed. Like if I'm watching a film, I'll just look up and all of a sudden I've got like a clunk of hair. Like especially, I seem to focus on the bit where it's already receding because it's a bit
Yeah, that's annoying, isn't
finer,
it?
and so like I'm not helping myself, not doing myself any favors. But I also like how you get. I mean, I don't know if you get them, but I've started to get these really long eyebrows that are always like a lighter color, like blonde,
Oh,
and they're always like a bit thicker, and I always like pull them out as well, and
no, that's crazy.
they really
I
hurt
don't
as
really have
well.
any eyebrows, so it doesn't really happen to me.
Like ooh,
Oh,
they hurt so much. Like sometimes my eye water, or, that. So like
really?
pulling hair is probably the one thing I'd say I do. I don't know what other, but I'm
I
pretty.
did that as a kid. So when I was a kid, right, this is really weird. I used to get my mum's like bobby pins, and I would like get my hair like same corners as well. So it's probably why I'm getting like the little receding thing, in the
Mm,
corner of your hair, sort of thing. I used to twist the hair around and pull it out, but to the point where like I had this big old gap, and it
mm.
used to be really sore to touch, but I just liked the pain, so I used to twist it around and pull out wads of hair.
Oh, it's
Really fucking
such a
weird, isn't it?
nice sensation.
It's weird though that I would just do that
Yeah,
as a kid, and then I
yeah.
did it so bad that I had this like massive gap. My mum was like, "You need to stop this now."
I sometimes pull out little clumps from my beard,
Mm.
and I have little bald patches.
No, that's really bad.
I haven't
That's
done
why,
that.
like, what bad habits do you hate on like other people?
Oh my god. Oh, this is why it's really hard to date me because once I pick up somebody's bad habit, I can't let it go. So
I think one of your bad habits is you don't let anything go.
that's not a habit. That's a very
That is a
strong.
bad habit.
It's a personality trait.
Uh,
I and it's not a bad thing. I don't think. I
I will say it's a bad thing.
Well, I like to collect grudges. I hold on to them very long. I just, I know there's things I need to work on. I think, but on other people, what bad habits do I hate? I don't know. Let's have a little Google of what bad habits there are. I can't even think of any off the top of my head.
You said this weekend that there were two.
Oh well, I mean, you told me they weren't bad habits, but I hate when people cancel. Like, I just hate people who cancel plans.
That is annoying.
But is
It
it a
would be annoying.
habit?
You have
It's
to do something, and someone suddenly just says,
But it's not. It's not a habit, is it? It's just
"No, it's not a habit."
no. It's not a habit. Smoking is probably the biggest disgust of a habit. If somebody smokes, it's an automatic no for me.
I always thought I'd say that, but it never really got to that point. To be honest, I mean, I don't know. I didn't want to hold someone back and be like, well, yeah, I don't know. Smoking isn't nice. What's worse? So Adam used to smoke, and he's on and off smoking. But when he was a proper smoker, he used to do this horrible thing where he would have one just before bed,
Oh
and
no.
then expect to make this is beginning like the start of our relationship. So like kiss like just as we go to bed and stuff. Obviously that doesn't happen when you get into a relationship properly. But we're still through that phase. But he had this cigarette, and then I like a couple of days into it, I was like, "You can't have that cigarette. Like that's not fair." It was,
Yeah.
and then it's like kissing and stuff. And I'm like, he was like, "Why?" And I was like, "Because it's horrible." He used to have the cigarette, so I literally turned my back at him and went to go to sleep.
Oh
And I thought,
no.
that's not nice, isn't it? One right before bed.
No. Smoking is no. Anytime before bed, no. Unless if they had one before bed, he'd have to go shower, brush his teeth, and everything, get the whole smell
It
away.
doesn't help though, because what happens is you get this stale taste on their tongue,
Oh
and so you can taste it, and it's not nice.
no. No. Smoking is the one habit that I just. The hottest person in the world could have a cigarette in their hand, and I'd be like, no, I'm sorry.
That is not true.
Unless it was Tom Hardy. If Tom Hardy smoked, I'd probably still.
I reckon he does.
I don't think he does. Tom's too perfect.
Do you have any? I was trying to think about this, even though I wanted to bring up like guilty pleasures and stuff, and I was like, what kind of guilty pleasures do I have? Because I'm not really guilty. None of them are really guilty. Like I'll own them, kind of thing.
Mm.
I do like, obviously, like trashy TV is really good, but I like TV competitions a lot. So I started Project Runway recently. Have you seen that?
Yes, I know what it is. I've never watched it.
It's just a TV competition about designers. But
Yeah.
one thing I do think that I do have a guilty pleasure, which I realized, and I'm hoping it doesn't sound like a fetish, is in men, I really like it if they have nice hands and nice feet.
Um,
It's not a turn off if people have bad feet, but I do make a purpose of looking because I don't know, I think it's nice.
what is a guilty pleasure?
I don't know. Would he be like, I like chocolate babes, or I like chick flicks, or something like that, I guess. I don't know.
What is a guilty pleasure?
Oh, you're just searching what guilty pleasure is?
Yeah, something such as a film, television program, or a piece of music that one enjoys despite feeling that it's not generally held in high regard. I think liking somebody's hands and feet isn't a guilty pleasure, so I don't think it is. Because for it to be the guilty pleasure, would be something like you like that, but other people don't, so you should feel guilty about liking it.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
So I guess we can't talk about guilty pleasures then.
Sorry.
I guess we can't talk about guilty pleasures then because that's not it.
Well, we can talk about. I guess like a shit film that you like.
Oh my god, there are tons of
Oh,
those.
no, you don't watch films.
I watched 2 Lord of the Rings today.
Oh my god, I'm so,
What?
I'm so jealous. I love Lord of the Rings, the trilogy, counts as one film, and it's my favorite film of all time.
I will tell you that not only did I fall asleep regularly,
Ugh,
but it wasn't that great.
it was phenomenal.
One thing I hate about Lord of the Rings, and when we were watching it today, is there is no depth of character.
Yeah.
They're very, very one-dimensional characters, and they have no depth to them. The acting quality is very poor.
Well, I know you don't watch a lot of films. I know you don't know have much to compare this to.
What are you talking about? I've seen enough films. It's not like I haven't seen a fucking film. I know what acting is. And Lord of the Rings.
It's not as though I've never seen a fucking film.
I've watched loads of films. I went to the cinema recently, didn't I? I watched The Incredibles.
Oh yeah, of course. Yeah.
And we're supposed to go and see Whitney Houston, but they're only showing it at weird times, like 1 p.m. and 11 p.m.
Yeah. Oh, do you know what looks good? The new Queen film, Bohemian Rhapsody.
Really? I've not seen it.
Oh, the trailer came out a couple weeks ago. Oh, I love Queen.
But yeah, Lord of the Rings is actually quite terrible.
No, it's brilliant.
I don't know why I've committed so much of my life to it. Like reading that book, finishing it, I was super happy. So I was like, now I finished the book, I can watch the films. Luke was always going on about the film, so I was like, okay, well, we plan to watch that today. That's why I got like a later train.
So you watched number 1 and 2 of Luke?
Yeah. Because he's like most people, he's a big fan of him, you know. I thought it was ridiculous. I'd never seen them before either. And yeah, I can say, I mean, I will watch the third one, and I'll probably have to watch them again, like because I was so hungover today. I just fell asleep.
Yeah, that didn't help.
One of my bad habits is falling asleep in places that I shouldn't. That I should not.
Yeah,
that for sure is a bad habit. Like
that is a
everywhere.
bad habit. Yeah, that is a bad habit.
I was like, especially the past 2 weeks, but I feel like I was ill. Well, because I had the throat infection, it made me really tired. But I thought I might have like narcolepsy in some way because I was like, it was 8 a.m. Like honestly, I woke up at 8 a.m., got to work at like 9:30, had a good 8 hour sleep, and I still fell asleep on the way to work on the tube. Isn't that bizarre?
Yeah, that is like I would go to the doctor, babes.
Well, I mean, it's not a bad thing. It's not affecting my life in a bad way.
That's a bad habit. I say babes too much.
I've started saying it more because I really enjoy it.
You say it, and I copy it.
You didn't get that from me.
No, but I do. I
No, you
know.
didn't.
I sensed it. I sensed it. You say it a
I
lot.
like saying it. I'm saying it a lot more now recently, even at work.
And even like it osmosed its way over to me, and I now say it.
I think one of my bad habits is saying in it. I say that a lot.
In it. Yeah.
That's a London thing.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah. You need to own up to your own ones. Okay, I'm just gonna say this.
Well, you tell me what my bad habits are, and I'll tell you. Because I genuinely.
I don't know. I feel like I'm just gonna
attack me. Attack me. Yeah, go for it.
Yeah. I'd say one of your bad habits is I think it's a bad habit, and you don't recognize it that you do it. Is a hot guy will trump. You're the opposite of bros before hoes. You're hoes before bros, right? So if there's a hot guy around, you will do anything for your friends. Do not exist to you. You will cut them to get that hot guy.
What?
It's true. You are completely hoes before bros.
I'm not hoes before bros.
100%. I've seen you cock block people to like get the hot guy's attention.
Really?
Hmm. When a hot guy
Tell
comes around, you are another animal.
tell
Right?
me right. Tell me the time I cock block somebody to get the hot guy.
I can't think of an exact example because it's been so long. Um, I'll think of one.
Okay, I disagree.
Of course, you would
Disagree.
disagree.
I don't know.
One
I
of your
just
bad habits is disagreeing with things that you should agree with.
uh,
No,
anything I do now is going to be a bad habit.
I'm gonna say that. Yeah, yeah. That's one of your best habits. Honestly, actually,
Actually, you're laughing now. One of your bad habits is that you laugh too much.
no. You must have some.
I'm sure I do. I literally can't think of any.
Mm.
I sometimes yawn if I cover my mouth. Only sometimes though.
You think it's a bad habit you don't cover? You're such a lady. You're such a lady. I just
Nobody
sometimes
wants.
don't cover my mouth when I yawn.
Nobody wants to
Is
stare
that a
down
bad
your.
habit? Honestly, like what the fuck?
I don't know.
No.
I think it's
Um,
because I'm overly critical of everyone else. I sort of have to make sure I'm not.
yeah, that's probably it.
Yeah,
Um,
maybe that's my bad habit is I'm too critical.
Definitely, but is that a habit?
No,
Because
it's
you're saying
not.
that's a personality
It's a
trait.
personality trait. Yeah, I would say. I don't
Anyway,
know. Maybe somebody else knows.
but I think that I want to get a manicure and get a little picture put on my nails, just like Jonathan Van Ness. Have a look on his Instagram; they're really nice.
Okay, we'll do.
Do you think it would look good?
It depends what you get.
Really?
Oh,
I should get like the P's, like the honest to pod sign, and then like we could sell it as like merch.
can they do it that detailed?
Probably not that detailed, no. But I could do some P's.
Yeah.
I don't know.
This hit the news recently. Disney have announced that they're having their first openly gay character in the upcoming film called Jungle Cruise, and they cast for a character who's described as overly camp and overly funny, British comedian, I guess, if you find him funny, comedian and actor Jack Whitehall.
He's not
Whitehall.
that funny, unfortunately.
He is not funny. So I don't know. Did you see this on social where it caused a bit of a hoo-ha about
I did.
casting somebody who is straight in a LGBT role?
Yeah, I did. I did see that. And I was a bit surprised, actually.
Surprised at the outrage or surprised that he got cast?
Surprised at the outrage.
I'm a bit surprised. Well, funny enough, throwing shade, they were saying that it's outrageous, basically, that somebody who for a character who is LGBT for it not to be cast with an LGBT actor. And I think I can understand that argument very well, but then again, I think there's times when look at all the times gay people have played straight people and straight characters.
Does that happen that often, do you think?
Well, there's not very many. There's not very many gay characters on TV, so gay actors are playing straight characters.
I don't think that's a fair equivalent. That's more like out of need because there aren't the representation probably isn't correct.
Yeah, but for example, Neil Patrick Harris, who's openly gay, played a straight womanizer in How I Met Your Mother, which could have easily gone to a straight guy.
I think that's slightly different because the opportunity isn't there to be playing like gay people all the time, though.
No, that's one of the arguments that people make. Like,
oh, really?
Yeah. I mean, I can understand that as well. But I also, like you said, there's not a lot of gay characters out there, and what's bad about this is the fact that it's went to a straight actor. But I also don't want to get in a place where we start saying only gay people can play gay characters and straight people can play straight characters, because it's acting. I'd like to think that Disney auditioned loads of people and they picked, I mean, to be fair to Jack Whitehall, he is camp and funny in some people's eyes. He's personally, to me, somebody who would put me off seeing the film because I actually cannot stand him.
You sound, yeah. You just don't want him cast because you don't want him in the film.
Well, that's it. Like, I don't like him, so I wouldn't like. Knowing he's in the film would put me off it. because I
I
just
understand why people started getting outraged. One thing that I just thought is that I just thought there were plenty of. I thought like whenever there's like like gay films that you get LGBT films and stuff. There must be straight people that act in those all the time.
yeah.
So why is this one the exception? That was what I was thinking.
Well, yeah, for like the Call Me by Your Name was straight actors, I think, or one of them definitely is straight. The older guy was straight.
That Timothy Shimmer, what's his name? Chalamet or something.
Shimanu, Shimanu.
But yeah, um, I get it because you remember recently there was the one about Scarlett Johansson,
Yes, she was
and
she was cast to play a trans man,
yeah,
and then she pulled out because of the backlash.
yeah, she pulled out because yeah, and I get that bit because there aren't many opportunities, say, for trans actors. So,
Although I'm going to say that Pose has to come to the UK soon. Have you seen
I don't know
this?
what it is,
Have you heard about it?
but and I see everyone on Facebook going cray cray over it, but I don't actually know what it is.
It's Ryan
Is it a
Murphy.
series, right?
Yeah,
Or is
yeah.
it like reality?
It's a TV series. Do you know Ryan Murphy, who did Glee, American Horror Story, American Crime Story?
What's his name?
Ryan Murphy.
He did Glee, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
He
I've
did
not seen American Horror Story.
yeah, he did all these, but he's created this one called Pose, which is based in the '80s ballroom scene in New York. So it's all trans
Mm.
dancers and
Oh, I love those sort of things.
oh, the trailer looks phenomenal. Like
I haven't
it
seen it.
looks, yeah, no, I'll send it to you. Oh, speaking of that, my mom and I started watching a bit behind the times. Versace, the assassination of Gianni Versace.
I want to watch that because my mum loves it.
Did your mom watch it?
She watched it, yeah.
Oh, so my mom watched it with me, and it's very gay heavy. And there's like this bit where he's taping up some guy's face for what's that? Is it what is it, auto asphyxiation or something? You're smothering them basically.
Yeah.
And my mom was like, "Oh my god, oh my god!" And she sat there, and I was like, "All right, all
There
right."
you are getting your dick out, wanking it. You're like, oh, this is my thing.
I was like, "Mom, don't turn around! Don't." I said, "Don't turn around." Yeah, it's really good. So if you've not seen that, definitely watch it. And yeah, you should definitely watch it. I bought it on iTunes, so I can't share it with you. So
How do you feel about like Scarlett Johansson being cast as a trans person?
I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I sort of
I
think,
feel more strong about that than I do about Jack Whitehall playing someone who's
yeah. I mean, yeah. I mean, the Disney thing, I don't care. I mean, it would be nice for the exposure for gay actors to have that role would have been great. Thing about Scarlett Johansson, what I would have liked to have with Scarlett Johansson is she's a big name and she would have brought in a bigger crowd. I think because of the way Hollywood has been for years, unfortunately, there's not enough famous trans actors out there. And I think even despite how good the film might be, I think it might not do as well if it didn't have a name attached to it. I still seen the flaw in casting her, but at the same time, I think it would have pushed the trans story further into a wider market if it had a Hollywood name attached to it. And I think the flaw here is the fact that Hollywood need to sort of realize that we need to shake things up and start casting people who are trans and gay, pushing them into the bigger roles so that when it comes to these opportunities, they don't need to attach somebody who doesn't fit into that definition for the sake of making the film big.
But what you're saying is like opposing then. You're saying they should have put her in it so it gets a bigger following so that next time they don't put her. That doesn't make sense.
No, no, well, yeah, okay, I can understand why you said that. What I'm saying is ideally the position or the role should get cast by somebody who is trans. Right.
100%. I believe that's true. I think it
Totally,
should.
totally me too. And I think it's the right decision that she's pulled out and they do that. What I'm saying is I think it's sad because I don't think without a name attached that the film will do that well. And I think
Maybe not commercially.
yeah, no, it won't. And I don't think it will. I mean, I hope to be wrong. I think what I'm saying is with a name attached, it would go further.
It's the same as like when, so do you know, like they say that Hollywood whitewashes a lot of films as well.
Yeah.
I think it's all the same thing. She was also in a film, wasn't she? Ghost in the Shell.
Oh, yeah.
And Ghost in the Shell is an anime film, like a manga one originally.
Okay.
And she played an actress in it. The entire population is Asian.
Oh, and she's
And she's not Asian. She's the main protagonist. And all of the people in the story are Asian and she's not. And so there was a little bit of backlash about that because she, you know, that's whitewashing. They put a white character in something. She didn't speak the language. And then they sort of justified it by saying that because it's a made up fantasy world, there is no like race, or the race isn't like a factor in it. But
Mm.
still, and Angelina Jolie, she played a black woman before.
Oh yeah, she did, didn't she?
hmm Things like that, and I think it is the same. I think you need to put people in the positions. If the opportunities are there, like a trans character, a gay character, or a black or white or Asian character, then it would be wrong to say that there's no one. There are so many actors in the world. You'd be able to find someone in that
Well,
position. Now,
what's
whether
your,
they're the right person is difficult, isn't it? Because, but
yeah?
I don't know.
So what's your take on this? Because what do you call that really annoying Katie woman who became famous because she slept with somebody in a field? Katie Hopkins? No, is it Katie Hopkins? Do you know
The
what I'm
British
talking?
person,
Yeah, the one
the
that.
one who just like says things just to upset people.
Yes, that's
Yeah.
her. She was on. I seen a video for her the other day where Idris Elba apparently was saying about something about James Bond, and
Oh, yeah, because
her,
his name's always floated about it, but he's never
yeah,
got a role.
and she was saying that she has nothing against Idris Elba for being a black person, but James Bond has been written historically as a white character.
Mm.
So the issue isn't that he's black, it's the fact that James Bond isn't black. So what do you feel about that?
I think it's a bit like Doctor Who situation because it's been so many films, like it's not, I'd understand that. I think a lot of people are like, oh, it'd be nice to say, it also represents something different, right? So to say that a black person can also be suave and sophisticated and sexy in that respect is like the story, like that would be the narrative as opposed to, well, he's not white.
Mm.
Um, and because like James Bond is like a recurring character, I don't think it'd necessarily be a problem.
No, I
Um,
like.
I don't think there's a, I'm not, I don't think there's a particular need to have a black James Bond. That would be literally before the marketing, wouldn't it? Because it has been floating around for a while, being like, "Oh, we need a black James Bond." I don't know if we necessarily need it. We might need a black character that's like James Bond. We don't need
Well,
a black James Bond.
M's now black, isn't she?
Which one's M?
Is M? Yeah,
Well, the one that Judy Dench plays.
yeah, but her replacement,
Oh,
Naomi.
really?
Naomi, she's famous. Naomi, somebody.
But I don't think. I mean, I know she's saying that, but James Bond's a bit different because it's always had a rotation of actors.
Yeah,
It's not like so.
same as Doctor Who. Like we've got a female one coming, so like I know people went on uproar with the female Doctor Who. I don't care. I think it's nice to have a different look on stuff.
For sure, it's nice to see.
At the end of the day, it's all just a make believe world, so it can be whatever you want it to be.
But I
And I always thought 007 was a code name for the agent. So as soon as one 007 died, like I never, I mean, I'm not a fan of 007. Not that anything against it, but I always just thought 007 was just the number assigned to an agent, so that when that person died, the next person would come in and be the next agent.
But they are the same person. They're not saying that it's a new person,
Oh,
are they?
well, in my head, it always was just like the person, like Daniel Craig is a different 007 than
Pierce
Pierce
Brosnan.
Brosnan. Yeah.
No, they're the same person.
Or are they supposed to be the
They're
exact
literally
same
the same person.
character?
James Bond. Yeah.
Right. Okay. So every single woman that Sean Connery slept with, presumably Daniel Craig has slept with as well.
Yeah. If they were, yeah.
Yeah,
I guess so.
in that character. Oh, I always thought it was different, like literally a
No,
different person who is had their real name taken away and they now become 007 James Bond.
no. I don't think so.
Oh,
But I don't think. Yeah, I don't think there's necessarily a need for a black James Bond. But I do think that, especially, well, if to go back to Jack Whitehall, if it is supposed to be a
do we
camp,
have to?
well, no, if it's supposed to be a particularly camp gay person, I think that maybe that should be because there's always, I think there's a negative stigma around feminine men, and I think that, and so maybe feminine men don't get so many roles because the ones that do play, you said gay people playing straight people, is because they might be like straight acting, or like they can present as a straight person, whereas some people just can't because they might be more feminine and have a softer voice and be quite
Yeah.
flamboyant. And I think that it would be good that if someone, I think that based on nothing, I feel like there'd be fewer job opportunities for someone who was particularly feminine on cab, because you can't straight act, right? So you can't play a straight role because it would require the performance of your life kind of thing. And
Mm.
so if this person's supposed to be quite camp and yeah, and flamboyant, that I think it'd be great if it was someone who was naturally that way, because at least it's saying, you know, there are opportunities for you to perform as well.
Yeah.
And potentially, I think the risk of like a straight person doing it is it might be a caricature of what they think a gay person would be.
Well, that's something I read as well when doing a bit of research, is that the outrage is more of the straight person playing on all the different stereotypes of what a camp person should be to fulfill a role, which could have easily just been by somebody who's naturally.
But there's also, so have you ever seen Modern Family?
Yes. Oh, I love
Nick
Cam.
Ham,
Yeah.
he's played by a straight person, and he is very feminine and over the top. But I think he's the right balance of it. I think he's sensational.
He's
As
phenomenal. Yeah.
oh my god, like I love him so much in Modern Family, and I think he does it perfectly well. It is a bit over the top, and it is, but you wouldn't be like that's a joke, you know?
No, yeah.
You'd be like, actually, I do act that way, or
That's
you
actually a
know,
good point, because I think that straight person playing that gay character, like, there's been no outrage about it, and that's massively mainstream.
mm.
So
Well,
why
because he
why is
plays
there
it
such an
alongside a
outrage?
gay person.
Yeah. Oh, he's so brilliant as well.
He's so good. It's such a good series. I want to watch some of that. I think actually now. I just think he's
Yeah.
wicked. Yeah. When I found out he was straight, I was like, what? How does he do this?
Yeah, no, he's brilliant.
Yeah.
He's really, really good. Oh, I want to watch him now.
Yeah. I might do that in a minute,
You,
which is
need-
also not true.
you need to stop picking your microphone.
I was sorry. I am on script. Can you read my notes?
I've been hearing it for like the last like 5 minutes, and I was like,
Why didn't you say anything?
because I didn't want to interrupt because we're talking about something really good, and I didn't want to interrupt because I was like, it's going to be a bitch to edit this in. So
I'm literally yeah, this little But
that.
yeah, I wouldn't be so outraged in that situation. I think a straight person being a gay person in this instance, but I guess it's strange because I do feel strongly about trans actors having more representation and races as well. You know, I think if someone's historically written as a black or Asian person, they should be paid by someone who is black or Asian.
Okay, well, could you not just have the same argument then for James Bond, who's been always written as a white person, that they should always be played by a white person?
Yeah, so I didn't think there was a particular need to have a black James Bond because James Bond isn't black.
Yeah, okay.
So yeah, I don't feel like I'm not like, oh, there must be a black James Bond.
So you agree with Kitty Hopkins?
I don't say that. That's mean. I'm not saying I agree with her. If
When did you
I mean,
become the number one
I
fan?
think I told you. I think the story
Kitty
would be
Hopkins
different.
fan club.
It's about the fact that you can have black people in positions like that.
Yeah,
That narrative would change.
yeah. So, well, isn't that what Luther? I mean, I've never watched Luther, but he's black and suave in that, isn't he?
Who's that?
Idris Elba is
In Luther?
Luther. Is that not black
No,
suave?
he's quite dark and like steamy kind of thing. There, he's
Oh,
not
I've never
really.
watched it. I thought it was
In
another
fact, he's
spy.
incredibly rough.
Is he? Oh.
Yeah, he's proper hard
I
man.
need to watch these shows that I try to reference then.
My brother loves Luther. I found it really hard to get into because it is quite intense, but it's a good series.
Well, the next series I want to watch is Pose, so somebody better sort out and bring it to UK TV quickly, because there's apparently phenomenal trans actors in that.
Oh, good.
I think it's all like I think the thing about this show is it's all trans characters are played by trans actors. It's very LGBT heavy. Like I think if anybody who's LGBT could do anything, it's been done in this. So like directors, everything like that is all LGBT.
Amazing.
Yeah. Well, Ryan Murphy is very. I can't remember. I think he is gay. Ryan Murphy.
He definitely is. Yeah.
And then the other gay writer who I'm a big fan of, Tom Rob Smith. He's the one that wrote the Versace TV show. He wrote. Did you ever read the book Child 44?
What?
The book Child 44?
Channel 44.
Child 44?
Oh, no, I haven't.
Oh, that's a good book. Tom
I feel
Hardy
like
was
I've
in the
seen
film.
it, but I don't know what it is now.
Tom Hardy was in the film.
Okay.
But the
No, I
book
don't
is, the book is really good. He's a gay writer. He wrote that, which is his biggest book. But he also wrote then the Versace series, which is really, really good as well. And Darren Criss, you've not seen it, so I won't tell you. Anyway. Darren Criss plays the serial killer. Oh my god, that guy is so creepy, but so
Oh, really?
handsome at being creepy.
He's in Glee as well.
Yeah,
He's not gay, is he?
He's not gay in real life, but
No.
his two characters are the two characters I know him for are gay. The one in Glee and the one in this.
Yeah, yeah.
But he is He's so beautiful.
He's a good-looking guy, actually. He's got a nice little body as well.
Yeah. Anyway, right. Well, that's it for this week. I think
Yeah,
we talked
yeah.
over an
Good
hour.
timing as well.
Yeah, it was good. Did you time it?
No, but I was just quite aware of it because I'm hungry. But because I got back so late, I was like, I can't delay actually any longer because I know I get told off.
You need to go have your wank and have your food.
Well, I don't know what to do first. It's so tough.
Well, I would
I'm
eat
both
first.
hungry and thirsty. Way.
I would eat first because after I wank, I go to sleep. Like I literally just wank now to go to sleep. That's what I do.
Anyway, we can stop talking about me having a wank, by the way. Even I don't want to talk about that.
Okay, yeah, you don't want to think about it.
I'm not going to do it now, just in protest.
Please
I
do
wish I
not.
was one of those like gays that could just be like, go on an app and ask someone to come around now just because I was like horny. I just can't do it though.
Yeah, no, I can't do that. But you live like you now live at a time where you can.
I know, but it's just effort in it, and like I don't know the idea. Like, just come around now, like it's just which is easily done in London, like But no, I'm not going to do that.
Okay.
I can't.
Well, go enjoy your food and your non-wank then.
I will do. You enjoy your wank with your face grease.
I'm gonna crank tonight. Cry.
Oh
Wank.
my god.
Right.
Yeah.
Toodles. Bye everyone.
Bye.
Oh, we didn't even do anything. We didn't
What?
do like follow us on social media. And we didn't also, oh my goodness, a big one. So we had a Facebook or a review, didn't we?
I didn't know about it.
Yeah, we had we recorded when we recorded last time, we literally missed this one off, but it wasn't live by the time we recorded. But it's an Apple review.
Lovely.
And the guy messaged thinking that we didn't like his review enough, and I explained, no, we
Oh no.
yeah, and actually, the guy messaged today. He's at his very first Pride parade in.
Oh, I saw that. Montreal.
Montreal, yeah. What honest? No, it's not right. So yeah, he's at the very first Pride parade, and he wrote his little review.
We got a follower in Montreal.
We have, yeah.
Oh my god, that's amazing. How did he hear about it?
I don't know.
We need to find out.
But yeah, we've got listeners all around the world.
I'm going to ask. That's crazy.
Australia, New Zealand.
Who's Australia?
Oh,
Tom.
Well, Tom listens, but I know there's more than one person listens in Australia. I had from the analytics, like I know.
Oh my god, that's amazing!
Yeah,
that's so good.
We're very lucky, and we're very blessed to have followers all around the world.
We're so famous. Look at this.
Oh no, we're not. So this guy Tommy CP wrote, "Laugh out loud funny. Loving this podcast. Laugh out loud funny. Check it out." So thank you very much, Tommy CP. And yeah, we hope you enjoyed your very first Pride parade.
And he sent a video of their Prime Minister.
Yeah, he sent a video of his Prime Minister walking in the parade, which is brilliant.
Is Justin Trudeau, is that?
That's them.
Oh, he's such a nice guy, it seems.
He's the leader of the world that we all need.
He's just a PR person's dream.
But we're stuck with people like Trump and Theresa May. It's like, oh. Anyway, time for you to go have your little wanky.
Yeah.
Thanks for listening, everyone. Make sure you check us out on Instagram, Honest to Pod. Check us out on Twitter, Honest to Pod. Follow us on Facebook, Honest to Pod. Tell your friends, tell your lovers, tell your mothers, tell your wives, tell your children.
Definitely the children. We need
don't
to inform them.
Don't tell the children.
Yeah. I wonder if this would have a rating. Like,
well, every week I take it as explicit just in case.
There is swearing. I think as soon as you start swearing.
And our topics are sometimes not very.
That's true.
Yeah.
Like well, anyway, the pleasure of not covering your mouth when you yawn.
Oh,
explicit. You know, sometimes
it's like when you show the ankles.
What's wrong with you? I don't always cover my mouth when I yawn.
All right, calm down. You don't have to.
You're just so risque.
Yeah. I can't believe you said that. That's so honestly bad.
Anyways.
Right.
Cool. Goodbye,
Goodbye, Matt. Bye, everyone.